Yeah, welcome to Impressive Creativity channel. In today's tutorial, we're learning how to make a turban art with fabric net. The materials in there are any stretching material, a fabric net, scissors, measuring tape, bias tape, office pin, and artware. For today's tutorial, we have the first part that has to do with the pleated turban cap, full body pleated turban cap, and the second part, the net art. And so the first thing I want to do is to work on the full body pleated turban cap. This is the turban part. The measurement is 23 inches by 21 and a half. 23 inches by 21 and a half. Now, why it is 21 and a half is that I won't separate the band from the body. I have a tutorial where we have another method of making full pleated body turban cap. I will put the link at the description section. But this is different, this is simpler. I'm not separating the band from the body. So I have the total length here, 21 and a half. And what I will do, this is the right side. I want to turn it to the wrong side. And then I'll first measure 3.5 inches. Please remember I said the band is included with the body. I'm not cutting it off. So I'll measure 3.5 inches. The same thing for the other edge. You can rule, it make it easier. You rule from this edge to this edge. I've sewn it, so this will be the band. And then the next thing I do, from here I measure 1.5 inches, go to the other side, another 1.5 inches, and then the same 1.5. One and a half inches, 1.5, 1.5, till I get to the end. The same thing for this side too. I want to use ruler to rule. It will be easier for me like this. I'll do this to get to the edge. On this line, I'm going to fold. I'm going to fold it and then sew 1/4 inch. From here to here will be 1/4 inch, and then I sew. I'll fold. The same thing for this. Can you see the second line? I'll fold it, and then from here to here 1/4 inch and sew till the end. The last one, can you see the last line? I'm not going to sew this. I'll do this one like that. But this one, I'm not going to sew it because I'm still going to bend it like this, and then I'm going to sew it on this line, and then I will trim this off. Now this is done. I had to add material to this. I wanted it to be long, 15 inches or 16 inches. If you want 13, it's okay. But if you want it to be longer, you might use 26 inches and here 26 inches by 23 inches. This is the edge circumference and it's the stretchy area. Remember, it is always the stretchy area that is the edge circumference. So here I had to add, can you see the back? I had to add, I'm still going to use bias to cover it. I had to add to it. So now I have 23 inches by 26 inches to give me something around 15 inches or 16 inches. Well, if you want it to be 13 inches, 13.5 is okay. So the next thing I will do, I want to get the midpoint, the middle. I'm going to fold it. I fold, and then I mark, and then at the back I mark too. I want to get the middle mark, and then turn it again, and then faintly, I prefer to roll faintly. But before I do that, I just want to use bias tip for this, or you can use your zigzag scissors. This is my thread. Please double it. I have 4 threads inside this. Now this is the second method. The first method, I'll put a link at the description section. Please comment and tell me which method you prefer. The first one, that is at the link, or the second one. This is the second one. Now the first one will start from here. I'm not going to start from here because I want this band to rest. So I'm jumping this and I'm starting from here. The methods are different. The first one, we didn't separate, this second one, we didn't separate the band, and then we are starting from the second row instead of the first row. Why? I want this band to rest. The other method is usually comes like this, but this one I want it to rest. So my needle, I'm starting from here. Remember the midpoint, I've ruled it, and then can you see? It will pass through the other side, the same line. Can you see the same line? And then I'll continue, I'll bend, pass through. You are following these lines. At the middle, remember please, at the middle. I've glued this so it's easier for me. So you can pull, and then again you pull and then tie. Also from this edge down to the other edge, I will turn, and then sew from this edge to the other edge. I also like it to align together, so I'm using office pins to hold it together. I want the lines to align together. You start your running stitch from this edge to the other edge. You will not sew the band. I have my art wire. The diameter is about 16.5 inches. It can be smaller, it can be bigger. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to, can you see? I'm going to use paper tape at the edge. I'm going to use my paper tape just to hold it tight. So just hold it. You can also use your thread. have my paper tape. And then the next thing, I'll cover this wire with bias tape. This is a black bias tape. If you are using red material, you use red bias tape. So I'm just going to use with my gum. I'll just turn it like that. With the gum till I finish. Can you see? I'm just twisting it. I'll put the gum, twist, and then cover the art wire. I have my art wire covered. I'll centralize it on this material. This is a fabric net. Can you see it? It's thicker than the normal net. This is the normal net. This is a bit thicker. You can also use your sequence material for it. So I want to cover it. I've tried to centralize it. You can use 1.5 yards or 2 yards. This is smaller, but I've tried to manage it. But for you, you can use 1.5, 2 yards. And so what I will do, I've tried to centralize this. This. And then from the other edge, can you see? And then from the other edge, and then from this edge, I'll make sure I'm not going to pull so that it's not going to be tight. It's not going to be too tight. I want it to be circular. If I want to change the shape, can you see? As I'm pulling, I'm changing the shape, but I want it to remain circular. So I'll make sure all this, I have to put all the material, and then I tie. Can you see? So I won't pull so much. I won't pull so much so that it will not change the circular shape. And then I use a thread. I'll do it neatly. Can you see the upper side? I use a thread, and then I just do this tight. I want to cut this off. I didn't pull this to be too tight. I want it to be circular, and you can check. This is 16, the diameter, and then over here too, we have 16. So this is circular, so you can check. So I want to sew this round. I can use my needle and thread or sewing machine. I want to sew it, but I want a guide. So I'm going to bring this plate and then draw a circular line, and then I will sew on that circular line. I can use my sewing machine, I can use my needle and thread. For this, I'm going to use my sewing machine. I'll bring my chalk just as a guide, centralize it. It's faint, so I'm going to sew on this line, this guide. I'm going to sew on it round, and then I try to cut this off. Can you see? I've sewn this, so stay. I want to check this on the dummy. You must sew round before you cut this, so I want to cut this. To cut. After cutting, I'll check on the dummy. Can you see? I've sewn this, so stay. I want to check this on the dummy. When you are drawing your circular shape, please use a small circular object. Don't let the object be too wide. And so I want to tap now. I will tack it. Remember, I have a band here. I'm going to tack it on this line. Can we say on this line? But you can change yours. I'm going to tack it here. So I'm going to use my needle and thread to tack this down. For underneath, I'm going to remove this cap. I'll tack for underneath and I will tack it round. I will trim this with a zigzag scissors. I will just trim it carefully around the edges. Can you see? I've tacked it, but I want to trim this off.